Betty Krawczyk is a raging granny, an 83-year-old great-grandmother who has spent 3 years in prison for her environmental convictions, particularly her unapologetic opposition to highway construction and irresponsible logging of old-growth forests. More recently, she's taken up the cause of aquaculture and genetically modified farm fish. She's run for office on several occasions, and she's written 4 books. You've become famous as the great-grandmother who goes to jail for the environment.
A lot of people would say I'm much more infamous than famous. But as long as I feel that I'm doing what I think I should do, that I would be unhappy if I didn't do it, then in a sense, it doesn't matter what people say about it. It does matter in one way, that you want people to listen to you, so you want their good opinion of you. Otherwise, they will dismiss what you have to say. But at the very deepest level, I do it because I can't do otherwise. And with this in mind and in my heart, I'm not discouraged by what people say who think I'm just a silly old lady, you know, running around the forest in tennis shoes and acting like crazy women. So I'm satisfied with it.
Yeah. How much time have you spent in prison?
I've spent over 3 years in prison. So 3 years and some months. That's 4 different blockades.
And that started when you were already a grandmother, right?
Yes, I was, the first time I was in prison, I celebrated my 65th birthday in prison, and that was over the Clayoquot Sound blockades.
So what you've been doing has obviously been getting under their skin, because you don't go around sending 65-year-old women to prison unless they've become extremely annoying, right?
Well, this is it. And the difference in my approach to the courts is that by their giving out injunctions to logging companies that says that anybody who goes into this area is guilty, will then be guilty of contempt of court, because a court order, an injunction is a court order the judge gives, so that when you get into court, you're not up against the logging company or the other law officials. You're up against the judge who wrote this order. And judges protect each other's orders. So you're guilty of contempt of court unless you apologize to the judge and attempt to make restitution. My feeling about this is that I refuse to apologize to the judge. I refuse to sign any promise that I would not go back to where I was arrested, which is called an undertaking. I wouldn't sign an undertaking because I believe that I had a right to be there. These are public forests.
Not many people have been as determined as you. And well, one of the appalling things about the contempt power is that you're deemed to be guilty when you go in there, right? There's no presumption of innocence with the contempt power. You're in there because you already have been found guilty, and the only way out is to prostrate yourself before the power of the courts, right?
Absolutely, that's the only way. And everybody knows what the outcome of these trials are going to be. They're simply sham trials. And I appealed the last one on the grounds that it was a sham, that everybody knows what the outcome is going to be. And yet, the judge gave me a 2-week trial with with over 20 witnesses, and knowing very well that she was going to convict me, that everybody connected with this trial knew that I would be convicted. The Crown attorneys love, the prosecutors love to see me come into court because they know it's going to be a really easy job. They don't actually have to do anything because the judge will do all the
and you will too, because you're not going to do anything really to get out of it.
That's right. Yeah. So it's such an easy job for them. They just love it. You have to go on with it, and they won't let you go back. You must go forward.
Isn't that your experience? Isn't that exactly your experience?
Well, in the book, you know, it struck me as that. Yeah. But, however, I'm not too sure of that, of being chosen. I think you choose yourself. Is that...
Yes, but the sense of that you can't go back, that you've been placed in a situation where you know what you know, you can't not know it anymore.
That's right.
And you know it drives you forward, and you, so in that sense you can't go back, right?
Well, it's true. Yeah. It's true.
And maybe that's the making of a warrior woman.
Well, maybe it is.
The unsinkable, irrepressible Betty Krawczyk, great-grandmother and unrepentant jailbird. Check her out online. At 83, she recently began a video blog. For The Green Interview, I'm Silver Donald Cameron. See you next time.